Why I never start teaching on day one. Every child has a story. Before the first lesson begins, we need to understand it. Let's discover it together. Hello, I'm Miss Knob. Welcome to Reset Kids. If you've already watched the first lesson of Learn Confidently, you may have noticed something unusual. I didn't begin by teaching English. I didn't open the textbook. I didn't write today's lesson on the board. Instead, I spent time getting to know my students. Some people might think, isn't that wasting valuable teaching time? I used to hear that question quite often. But after years of working with children, I learned something that completely changed the way I teach. Before we can teach a child, we must first understand that child. And today, I'd like to tell you why. On the first day of school, many teachers feel pressure to begin immediately. There is a curriculum to follow, lessons to finish, objectives to achieve. Time always feels short. But I've learned that the first lesson isn't found inside the textbook. The first lesson is sitting quietly in front of us. It's the child. Every child walks into the classroom carrying something invisible. Some bring excitement, some bring curiosity, some bring worry, some bring experiences that no one else can see. If I begin teaching before I begin understanding, I may teach the lesson, but I miss the important part, the learner. So before I ask, what does this child know? I ask myself a different question. Who is this child? That single question changed everything. Understanding always comes before instruction. Because children are much more than their academic ability. They are unique learners. What makes them smile? What makes them hesitate? How do they solve problems? When do they feel confident? When do they become quiet? Those answers tell me far more than any test score ever could. Children are always communicating, sometimes with words, sometimes with behavior, sometimes with silence. When we truly understand a child, something remarkable begins to happen. Our expectations change, our questions change, even our teaching begins to change. Instead of asking, why won't this child listen, we begin asking, what might be making it difficult for this child to listen today? Instead of seeing a problem, we begin seeing a person. Educational research has reminded us of something many great teachers have always known. Learning is deeply connected to emotional safety. When children feel anxious, their attention becomes smaller. When they fear making mistakes, they stop taking healthy risks. When they worry about being judged, they often stop participating altogether. Understanding does not replace good teaching. It makes good teaching possible. Adults often focus on finishing today's lesson, but children first need to feel accepted, safe, seen, believed in. Because children don't learn best when they feel judged. They learn best when they feel understood. No two children walk into the classroom carrying the same story. Some arrive excited to learn. Some arrive feeling nervous. Some have already been told they are good students. Others have quietly begun believing they are not. Some children need encouragement. Others need patience. Some need more time. Some simply need someone who notices them. That is why, on the first day, I spend less time speaking and more time watching. Because children often tell us who they are long before they say a single word. Observation, conversation, listening, those are the first lessons. This week, I'd like to invite you to try something different. Choose one child. Before giving advice, before correcting, before solving a problem, ask yourself one simple question. What do I still need to understand about this child? You may not discover the answer immediately, but asking the question is where understanding begins. Before we teach children, we teach them something about themselves. Every smile, every conversation, every moment we choose to listen helps shape the way a child sees the world. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm Miss Knob, and this is Reset Kids. Remember, any behavior has a reason. This podcast is part of the Miss Knob Siry universe, A world where children learn confidently, families grow together, and every child the opportunity to thrive. How do we discover what each child truly needs? We'll explore that together in Episode 2, What I Learn Before I Teach. Until then, any behavior has a reason.